Welcome to Naruto. My name is Veronica, and today I want to talk to you about reading and reading habits and how to make sure you maintain it, basically. I probably have a better title, but I used to read a lot when I was growing up, when I went to high school, when I went to college, all of that stuff. But as soon as I I graduated. I did actually graduate, thank you very much. I kind of fell off the wagon, which sucks because I love reading fantasy and different worlds, kind of drug, you know? But I have been able to get back into it, and I want to share with you my top five habit changing or mindset changes that I made in order to get back into reading. Not as much as I used to, but more than nothing. Stop forcing it. There's no pressure on you to read a certain amount of books or in a certain amount of time frame or whatever. There is no pressure on you. Unless you're doing this as your job, I can't help you. You've literally made this your job, but for the most people that I'm talking to right now, this is not your job. This is something you do for fun, you know? So stop forcing it. Reading is supposed to be enjoyable. And as soon as you feel like you have to do something or you should be doing something, you are now performing. And who are you performing this act for? It's certainly not for yourself, because then you would do it because you enjoy it. Bottom line here is that you need to find a way to accept that it's okay that you do this for your own sake and your own enjoyment. Be more selective. You don't have to read that super hype book on Book Talk. You don't have to read that famous book, that classic, whatever. It's perfectly fine that you pick up a book that is from like 20 years ago that you just picked up and you found like it sounded interesting. It's perfectly fine if you pick that up instead of the latest of the latest. Take the time to figure out what you like so that you can then go seek that out and enjoy your reading a lot more. There's also nothing wrong to actually like the super hype, the mainstream books. There's nothing wrong about that. I would maybe argue that it's a problem if you like them because they're popular as opposed to you liking them because of the story or the characters or whatever. If you like things because they're popular rather than you like something that happens to be popular, you might want to dive deeper into that on your own time. And yes, of course, I'm talking about romantasy in this particular instance. I love fantasy, and I've come to really enjoy reading romance. So eloquent. I do enjoy romance, but I'm very picky about it because I've had a lot of really bad experiences with it. So I've really had to take this advice to heart. I need to be more selective because, oh my God. But I have found certain romance books that I actually really enjoy and authors that I trust with my time. And you need to be able to figure that too. Because especially right now with romantasy being as popular as it is, people are recommending the same 5 books over and over again. Yes, I agree. It's fucking annoying. And it is like, come on, can we get something new? Like, I'm tired of it. So yeah, I am very tired about hearing the same books over and over again. And I do agree with the argument or the conversation or whatever about the fact that there's a quality issue specifically in romantasy, but in romance overall, that seems to be more widespread than other genres that I have engaged with. But that's a different topic for a different time. My point with this is to be selective, figure out what you like, and then seek those things out because, again, it's supposed to be enjoyable. You're supposed to enjoy your time. And reading books that you don't like is not gonna further that endeavor, that feeling, essentially. Ease up on the social media usage. Yes, I struggled with this quite a bit. And if you were like me and struggled with seeing constantly people talking about how much they read and how fast they read, like this person read 100 books in a year and that one reads 20 books a month, stuff like that. If you feel yourself comparing yourself to them and that having a negative impact on you, it's time to figure out how to manage your social media usage. Because the moment that you start comparing yourself to these people or consider yourself less of a reader because you're not hitting the same numbers, then you're no longer doing it for enjoyment, you're doing it for like external validation. It's a competition, right? So who are you competing with and what are you competing for? It's certainly not for your own enjoyment. So take a step back, figure out what you're comparing yourself to. Remember, most of these people, the Bookstagram or Book Talk accounts, a lot of them, if I wouldn't almost dare to say most of them, do this for a living. They read books for a living and then they make content like this about them. You can't compare yourself to that when you have a full-time job and maybe you have a long commute, or you have kids, or you have other responsibilities. Like, you have other parts of your life that is eating up that time that you would otherwise spend reading. So if you are able to read one book a month, that's great. You're not doing this for external validation. So if you enjoy that book and you read one book a month, then enjoy that, appreciate that. And then if you want, like, no, I want to be able to read 3 books a month, then set out to figure out how to make that a reality. But social media has, on many levels of our lives, a very negative impact, and overconsumption of that can definitely hit you in the comparison vein that you have. And I'm speaking from personal experience here. I am not judging anyone, because then I would judge myself. And so basically, reeling in the amount of social media usage that I had was a first step in order to start finding joy in reading again. And a comparison that I make regarding this is, for a long time, I would consume news daily. I started my day with watching like Philip DeFranco and then a lot of late night shows, and then I read like newspapers, all of that stuff, to kind of keep on top of things and be aware of things, you know. And I had to stop doing that because it was making me more depressed than I already was. It made me just see the negative things constantly in life. So I had to stop engaging with the news every day because it was having a negative impact on my life. So what I do today instead is that I'm seeking out the specific content that I'm looking for when I know I am in the right headspace. And I encourage you to do the same, because engaging with these types of content is not necessarily bad on its own, but it can have a negative impact on you. And if you notice that it does, then shut it off, go do something else that you like, and then come back to it when you are in a better headspace, because then you can manage yourself and control the impact it has. So headspace and approach and access, limit the access they have to you, is very important for this point. And now we come to the point that I arguably had the most issue with, and that is DNF. I know a lot of people have this completionist kind of syndrome, which I myself am a recovering completionist. That mindset and that approach to it. And you know, why do you have to complete a book that you don't like? Life's too short. There's so many books out there that you could be reading that you love. Why are you forcing yourself to read a book that you are not enjoying? It doesn't matter what the reason is. You should learn to love DNFing because you don't enjoy it. Okay, you're not connecting with the characters. You're not in the right mood. The stars aren't fucking aligned. I don't care. It's fine to DNF something that you're not feeling. It has helped me so much to just say, you know what, I am not enjoying this book, or this book is making me angry, assuming it's not meant to make me angry, of course. But like, if you're reading books that are meant to make you angry and it makes you angry, yeah, don't DNF that, because it's doing what it's supposed to do, and you probably knew that that was what it's supposed to do. But if you're reading, say, a cozy romance story, yeah, maybe you shouldn't be angry to the point where you're like fuming. Any reason you can DNF a book, and that's okay. I want to be very clear, because this is the point that I struggled with the most. You don't have to justify to anyone why you didn't finish a book. Not even to yourself. If you didn't like it, you didn't like it. If you didn't want to finish it, you didn't want to finish it, and that is okay. I'm trying not to swear as much as I usually do, but that is okay, okay? We're doing this because we enjoy it. This is not some type of job where you have to hit a target number in order to make your stakeholders very happy. If you don't like a book, let it go. And we made it to the last point, which is make it enjoyable. And I know that, like, what the hell, you've been saying enjoy it and make it enjoyable throughout this video. But this point is very important, because you need to ask yourself some questions. And that is, where do you enjoy reading the most? Where do you feel the most relaxed? And where are you more likely to just go, now I'm happy? Is that at a cafe? Is it during transit, like when you're going to work, heading home from work? Is it in a bath? Is it, on the couch next to you, a partner or a pet? You want to have something going in the background, so maybe you throw up, I don't know, Game of Thrones while you're reading. Where and how is what you need to figure out. How do you enjoy reading the most, and where? Because I usually enjoy reading a lot when I have something going in the background. If that's music, if it's TV, or my partner playing games, I don't care. It's something that stimulates another part of my brain, because it makes it easier for me to focus. So you need to figure out where and how. Ask yourself where and how. I'm saying that a lot right now, but those are the key questions here. Once you know those, then you need to figure out where or how to prioritize that. Where can you in your day cut out some time to do this? Let's say you have an evening for yourself and you really enjoy reading while in a bath and having music in the background. Prioritize doing that for yourself. Make sure that you give yourself that time and that space to do that. It doesn't have to be for long. It could be 15 minutes here and there. Whatever you do, whatever you got, prioritize it for yourself. By doing all of these things, you're essentially conditioning yourself to find reading enjoyable and relaxing. And the only way to reach the point where you want, even subconsciously, to prioritize these moments is by conscious choice until it becomes a habit. You need to make it a positive experience for your brain to go, ooh, I like that, let's do more of that. Those are my 5 tips in order to not ruin your reading. I mean, kind of similar things for writing as well, I guess. Yeah, that's actually a good point. Didn't think about that. But yes, those are my 5 tips. Let me know down below if you like them or not, or what do you do in order to make sure that you enjoy reading and you're able to prioritize it. Let me know down below, and make sure to subscribe if you like this type of content. Otherwise, I hope that you have a good day, night, wherever you are in the time stream, and I will see you next time. Bye.